Hello everybody and welcome to another YouTube video. Today I will be talking about more in depth on Sout or system.out.println. We'll also be looking at different operators such as the plus, minus, or multiplication symbol. And we'll also be looking at casting. These are the three things I'd like to cover in this video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So here I've made a diamond. Now I would like you to make this very same diamond by yourself without looking at my code. Try to not look at my code and make the diamond using the knowledge of Sout. You can pause this video because I'm going to go right into my code. So this is my code for the diamond. You see, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. I just used a bunch of spaces because yes, spaces will print out on the screen. And by going more in depth, I'll explain what each part means. So system.out is an object and it is responsible for printing characters and strings on screen. Println is a message to that object that says, hey, I want you to print on the next line what's in between the two double quotes on the terminal window. And the terminal window is what we actually see running. Now, this is how I printed out that diamond shape. Of course, this is the most basic pieces of code, like I've said before. Now, let's jump into some more complex stuff. Let's say we have an integer x, which is equal to 10, and an integer y, which also equals 10. Right? Now, this is more formally known as variable instantiation. We instantiated a variable of type integer and named it y and gave it the value 10. But there's another way we can instantiate variables. We can instantiate a type of integer g, or let's say z, xyz makes more sense, not g. Integer z is equal to x plus y. Now, what this does is we make a variable of type int, name it z, and say integer of x plus integer y is 10 plus 10 will equal to the amount that z has. So, if we print out z, yeah, my terminal is window, I just put it down, we'll see obviously 20. That's great. You'll probably think, oh, we already know that. Now, how about this? What if we say double z? Still works, right? But wait. Do you really want 20.0 or do you just want 20? Now the reason it says 0.0 is because as we already know, doubles are pretty much integers just with decimal places. When we say double z is equal to 2 ints combined, or 20, it has to have at least a decimal point, so it always puts a decimal point with a 0. So 20.0. If you had the 20 plus 10, 30.0. Of, I don't know, 45 plus 15, that would be 60.0, and so on. Now, let's say we have the double, 10.1, and this instead will be an int z. Now, we already see an error, possibly lossy conversion from double to int. Now if we run it, errors everywhere. Incompatible types. Well, what's the error? If you guess that it's because you can't put an integer as a type of double, then you are correct. Because the double y plus x is equal to 20.1, right? And you can't make an integer go to a double. Because the computer can't just automatically lose data. It can't do that. With the double, it's much simpler. Just add a 0 at the end, right? But with an integer, it can't do that. It can't just lose the data. So this comes up as an error. But how do we fix that? How do we make the computer actually lose that data behind the decimal point? Well, this is where casting comes into play. And so casting, I'll go into a little more detail. Now let's just go back to the regular. Let's say we want to multiply. This is an example of multiplication. This will work fine. 100, expected result. We can use minus. So, I'm sorry. The star symbol, the asterisk, shift 8, if you please, that will give you the multiplication symbol. The dash symbol is the minus symbol. Pretty simple, right? 0. Now, the equals operator right here is also an operator. We can just say int z equals y. 10. That is also an operator. Those are some of the basic operators that you will use. There are standard calculator operators. Now, also, you can do 10. The regular division symbol is also the division symbol in coding. 1. So, multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition. All great. Now, what if we want something more complex? Let's say int z would equal to x plus y divided by x. That is also good. You can make a long line of code. And Java has this thing, kind of like PEMDAS, that checks which operators go first. So obviously, division goes first and we add it. That's why we get the number 11, right? Now, there's also one last symbol I would like to show you. It's called the modulus. Now, the modulus is a bit tricky. It actually stumps me a lot. But I will try to make you understand. So let's say we make it all doubles. Double. Say 4. And z equals x modulus y. Oh, obviously. My bad, guys. Don't let me. 0.0. So, this took me a while to figure out, but I'll try to explain to you guys. So, what's 4 divided by 4? It's 1, right? It works out. There's no remainder. Now, the modulus, it actually looks for a remainder, and it prints it on screen. So, 10 modulus y. See, it prints out 2. Remainder 2. So, modulus this is its logic. 10 divided by 4 equals 8 with remainder of 2. Store 2 in double Z. That's what it thinks. That's what the modulus operator does. 10 divided by 4, sorry. Oops, not 8. My bad. 4 times 2 is 8, and so with the remainder of 2. 10 divided by 4 is 2 with the remainder of 2, and so we store 2 in double Z, right? That's how the modulus works. And this will be key in some mathematical operations. So now that you've learned that there's PEMDAS in Java, what variable instantiation is, you've already become already a programmer pretty much. You can make a calculator with this. Well, not quite, but you can. Now, before we move on to casting, I would like to show you guys one last thing. Look at this. So, this is just an example to show you guys formatting. The code's all over the place, and it's hard to tell what's going on. Now, with regular formatting, like the ones that in all my other videos I show you, my formatting was pretty good, right? How would you be able to understand me with this sort of formatting? Now you might say, but this is only for me, so why would I need formatting? Well, when you become a programmer, you need formatting in order for other programmers to see what you wanted to say by those statements. So, if it's all over the place, they won't be able to understand what you're trying to say. That is pretty much the key lessons. Now let's move on to the final part of this video, casting. So let's say we have double x and it's equal to 10.1. And we have an integer of type y, which is equal to 10. Pretty easy so far, right? Now let's say we have an integer of type z again, and it'll be equal to 10.1 minus 10. There's errors. Errors everywhere. Well, actually, you know what we'll do? And my bad, I am so off today, I am very sorry. X minus y, I am very sorry, and we'll make this 11.1. And very sorry again, guys. This is casting. This is casting. That simple statement makes all your dreams come true. You want an integer to equal a double? Cast it. By saying this statement, what we do, means that 11.1 minus 10 equals 1.1, right? Now 1.1 cannot be of type int. By saying int or cast it to an integer, we get rid of 0.1. Oh, and we forgot to print it. My bad. But see, it got rid of 0.1. We cast it to an integer. That is casting. Simple casting. It's simple, but it helps you a lot. Especially when you want to make a value of a double equal to a value of an integer. Now, I'll keep this for you guys. So, we'll go here. Yes, so you can read if it's just 0.1, but you know, I'll just move it here a little. Now you can see it. Boop. Now you can see everything. Let's say, what if we have double Z and we cast it to double? One point oh no 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 6. That happens because it's already a double, so it just rounds down. Goes 1.09999. Will that work for you? That is what will happen. Now let's say all of them are ints. It'll just do 2.0. So casting doubles, it will help you in other future code that I'll be showing you, but for now, casting double won't really help you. But casting it, if you're just doing regular operations like 2 minus 1 or 2.5 minus 1, casting will help you with the integer, but for now, doubles won't really help you. So that's it for my video today. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. Comment down in the comment section down below what you would like to see in the next video. And for now, bye bye.